Hello again and welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I am Steve Gamache and what we have this time is the Shiro Kamo Aogami or Blue number 2 Gyuto 2 10mm knife. So as indicated, this knife has multi-layer construction. The core steel running down the center, the cutting edge steel is Aogami or Blue Paper number 2 reactive high carbon steel. Heat treat is around 61, maybe 62 Rockwell on that core steel. And then it's got a soft reactive iron cladding. So the core steel is reactive and the cladding is reactive. So there's no stainless or anything on this. The cladding is a soft iron, what's known as a kurouchi or KU finish on it. Kind of a protective finish, and you can see the gray, kind of a nice looking Kasumi type finish there, giving way to the core cutting edge steel, the darker edge right there. And this particular knife does have hand engraved or chiseled kanji on it, the characters, and it's a little muted because of the KU finish on it, but you can feel that when you run your fingers over it. It looks pretty cool. The weight and dimensions will vary a little bit on these knives, but this particular one is 150 grams or 5.3 ounces, and the overall edge length is about 214 millimeters or 8.4 inches. Overall length right about 14 inches on the money. These are a little thicker at the heel, but on the spine, and it'll vary from knife to knife. This particular one is about 3 millimeters thick right there on the spine, and then I got about 1.9, so it thins out right there. And then it does have a little bit of a taper slightly as you go towards the tip, and then you can pretty clearly see where the kind of starts getting ground down from the side part where it's thicker to the edge. And it doesn't have a huge grind on the tip area, but it gets pretty thin right at that tip. So this tip should work really nicely, and you can see they grind it pretty thin at the edge as well. So pretty nice. It's got pretty, it's really a straight blade, nice clean grind, so it's a well-made knife. I'd say the fit and finish is quite nice. The tip, again, is thin, the edge is thin, it's fairly stiff, especially in the back half. Just a really nice looking blade. They've got a little bit of relief on the spine, corners, and also the choil. Not a ton, but enough where it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. The blade height is about 52 millimeters, so it's got a little height to it, as kind of is standard for this maker. It's got an octagonal handle that's walnut with black packawood ferrule. Nice fit and finish on that. Looks like a really pretty clean glue up job. You've got a good spot right here for your finger for a pinch grip, so your finger will fit right in there. Balance point on this knife is pretty neutral for a pinch grip, so there's the balance point, and then my pinch grip might be just slightly behind that or pretty close to it. So it's got a pretty neutral balance to it and a kind of a nice flickable feel. Let's see, we need a beauty shot, don't we? There we go. All right, so that's the left side of the blade as you're holding it with the engraved kanji, and this is the right side of the blade. It's a fairly smooth KU finish. It's not real, there's not much texture to it. It's pretty smooth, but it's got definitely a matte finish to it. It's a really nice looking blade. Kind of understated, but it's got a lot of handcrafted character to it. So let's take a look at the cutting board profile. And this is pretty similar to the Damascus Shirogami number 2 I just reviewed or just did a video on. It's got a very similar feel, and so that's good. This maker has consistency in their knives and the edge profile, but you've got a fairly decent flat spot towards the back. Kind of just flows nicely into that. And then you've got the tip kind of medium height, so I can get pretty high on this one from a rocking standpoint, no problem. And then the middle part will be good for push-pull cuts, glide cuts. So, you know, you got some chopping at the back, kind of a low belly, but a little bit towards the tip, so you can do nice rocking, cutting types. So this will really handle a lot of different knife techniques well, cutting techniques well. And it's just a really nice looking package. So this is the Shiro Kamo Aogami or Blue number 2 Gyuto 210mm knife.